Hello Mayhem Makers, I'm Mindy with Quilting Mayhem, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Stripology Squared ruler by Creative Grids. It is a great, easy ruler to use for making simple cuts such as 2.5-inch strips or even squared pieces of fabric out of anything from your fat quarters, your scraps, and more. I'm going to show you just some basic tips and techniques of how to use this ruler. So let's show you how to read it first. So what you're going to see on this ruler is these easy, simple measurements. So first you have in these circles your 1-inch increments, and then you'll notice there's little 1/2-inch markings. What they've also added to make it easier for you is where these squares are is 2.5-inch increments. So if you're trying to cut strips for, say, a jelly roll, you can cut at this square at 2.5, this square that is then 5, and so on. And then it has your star markings, which are 1.5-inch cuts. So if you follow your stars, you have your 1.5 to 3 to 4.5, and so on. It makes it very simple to use with a lot of the patterns created by GE Designs, who is also the creator of this ruler. So what I'm using today for this demonstration is a fat quarter. It is a 1/2 yard piece of fabric that has been cut in half along the fold. It will measure approximately 18 inches by 22. Because it is too big for this particular Stripology ruler, what I'm doing is just folding it in half along the longest edge, which is the 22-inch edge. I am then going to take the fold and use that as my spot to line up the ruler. What's nice is it has these white and black markings that make it simple so you can line it up on the fold. I can then go and cut to make a jelly roll. So I can trim off at the 0 mark, and you're just putting your rotary cutter right in this slot, and you're gonna follow that guide. And that's gonna trim off the first edge. I can then just follow it on the squares for jelly rolls at 2.5. So I have 2.5. I can then follow for the 5, the 7.5, the 10, and I have enough on this jelly roll, I can make it all the way up to 12.5. So there we have precise 2.5-inch strips, all without moving the fabric. I got 5 of them just at one shot. The other nice thing you can do with this ruler is cut out squares. So let's say I want to get a 6.5-inch square. I can line up, once again, one of the straight lines on the bottom edge of my fabric, and I can trim off that edge. And then measure over to the 6.5 mark and cut that. What will then happen is I take away the pieces I don't need, turn my fabric, and do the same 2 steps again. I will line it up with the straight edge on the bottom. I'm going to scoot it over because I don't like that selvage. So I'm going to actually trim the selvage and then come over to 6.5, cut that, and I have a 6.5-inch square, all nice and pretty. So grab up your fat quarters and get ready to cut up some fun. Thank you for watching my video tutorial on the Creative Grids Stripology ruler.